Our mission at the Countertop Shop is to try to give the customer a really stress-free experience buying a countertop. From walking in our front door to installing it, remodeling is such a stressful environment that we try to take all the stress out of it. My name is Mike Langenderfer. My wife and I own the Countertop Shop, and we've been in business. My wife and I have worked together for 26 years now.
Welcome to this episode of Chamber ITV, sponsored by the Chamber Partnership.
Working with my spouse has been an experience. We've worked together 26 years, and we just have to understand where our backyards are, and we have to stay in our own backyard. My son and my daughter also work there, so it's becoming more of a challenge every day. But again, we've been together 26 years, worked together 26 years. We bought a small countertop shop back in 2001, and we had an original idea at the time to do more than just one type of material. Everybody in town, their shop was to do granite or their shop was to do Corian, and we got into the business to be a one-stop shop. We started doing, it didn't make a difference what kind of countertop you wanted. We wanted to be able to manufacture that. We wanted the customer to be able to come to us and get their granite kitchen counter, their Corian vanities, their laminate laundry on top, and make it a one-stop shop. What makes us unique compared to our competitors is we're not really unique. We look at ourselves as being different. We all cut with the same equipment. We're all using the same materials. We all use pretty much the same trucks. But our difference is that makes us unique is our customer service. Our motto is it's all about the customer. And it really does make a difference if it's our customer or our competition's customer. If our competition's customer is not happy with what's going on with the competition, it's about that customer. We want to attract that customer to come to us for a better stress-free experience. I've been in business for myself for 26 years. And the advice that I would give to other business owners is you need to get involved in your industry. You need to give back. And not necessarily, donating a lot of money to a cause, but giving back in both time and finances. I'm particularly proud of being a mentor for 3 different countertop shops that I'm mentoring and watching them grow. It's giving back, being part of the chamber, being part of the HBA and a countertop association, giving back, helping, and I always learn something from that. So advice to another business owner is you have to get involved in your industry. If you're going to sit behind your desk and expect your business to grow, it's not going to happen. Another way that we give back to our community, other than just donating, being part of the associations, is donating countertops. We've done several houses for Habitat for Humanity. We've donated to a couple of Wounded Warrior programs. We donate things like to the university, to the athletic fund. And it's not always financial. Sometimes it's just giving a gift certificate or something. So it's part of giving back. I think the biggest challenge that I've overcome in the 26 years is me. In the beginning, I was probably my biggest challenge of learning how to run a business. It was back when everybody was downsizing, and my wife and I just started getting into business for ourselves and really learning to work with people as an owner and just learning not to micromanage, to trust people, to empower your employees. And at this point right now, I think we are doing a very good job of that. My business would pretty much run itself at this point if I walked away. There's people in charge. They're not afraid to accept responsibility for what they do. We make mistakes. If anybody tells you they don't make mistakes, that's not true. We do make mistakes. We don't install every countertop perfectly, but the people are empowered in my business to make the decision, and if they have to replace it, they will do that. I think that's the biggest challenge, is being able to get the people that work for you to accept responsibility and do their jobs. How do you make a transformation like that? Sometimes people will hit you with a 2x4 and say, look, I can handle this, let me alone. Okay, it's really hard it's kind of like having a teenage daughter that you don't want to give up and let her go date somebody because it's your baby. And that's the way I looked at our original business, that it's our baby. We grew this, and I'm not going to let you screw this up. but you really have to allow the people to, to fail. So once again, I benefited a lot from being a member of the chamber. It's just to give you a good example, trying to build a new building. We had looked for several different banks. We had been not really turned down, but the banks had said, not now, maybe in another 6 months or a year. And through a chamber roundtable that I was attending with other business owners, somebody said, "Oh, have you ever tried this bank?" And I said, "No, I've never been there." And he hooked me up, and the financing was approved in a couple of weeks, and we're now building a building. So if it wasn't for the chamber, I probably would still not have broken ground. But there's a lot of other activities that you get involved in. The networking. I have a guy right now that I met through the chamber that is working on recycling our extra granite pieces. He came to me and said, "What do you do with all that stuff?" And I says, I sent it to the landfill. He says, "Well, what if we hauled it away and ground it up and used it as recycling?" Which also helps us become more green and help and support the economy and the environment. But all this wouldn't happen without the chambers. There's several ways to get in touch with me. The best way is to send me an email. My email address is mike@thecountertopshop.net, or you can call the office at 419-868-9101. Or you can find us in about 4 months at 9300 Airport Highway, which is hopefully where we'll be moving to.
Thanks for watching this episode of Chamber ITV. For more great information from the Chamber, visit the website listed below. Also, browse the other shows found right here at Toledo Biz TV Shows.